We are here back in studio. I want to thank Sam for joining us, Samantha Tortora, Sammy Tortora, or Sam. There's three different ways to say it, and we appreciate her being here with us. And now it's hanging out here with Fran. So, what do you think? Your sister said some nice things about you.
She did. I was
She was
surprised.
kind. You were surprised. Okay.
It's definitely I hear it once, twice a year.
Yeah.
Nice things.
Now, do you guys do that? I mean, do you kind of like razz each other a lot? Is that a normal thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You do it a lot. Who normally wins the back and forth?
She likes to think that she wins.
Okay.
But really, she just thinks she wins everything, but she really does not.
She thinks that she's got you.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys don't compete with each other on?
Being my dad's favorite because I won that.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Being your dad's favorite because you won that one
Yeah.
already. So you think you got that in the bag?
100%.
Your
Yes.
dad's favorite.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. So I mean, why are you dad's favorite?
I don't know. I
What makes
really
you-
don't know. He just likes me better.
Okay. Fair enough. So what can you say about, just kind of your relationship growing up? I mean, having a big sister and having that connection that you have, just, what does she mean to you? I know, like, all jokes aside,
Yeah.
she said some nice things about you. What would you say about Sam?
It definitely, everything was a competition.
Yeah.
Growing up, like literally everything, like getting up the stairs first who would win, like. But all jokes aside, she really was a really good role model in everything, and I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for her.
And when you got so, I mean, did you always have a love for sports? Did you always have a love for lacrosse? Or, I mean, did it come from watching her? Where did it come from?
It definitely just my dad putting me in leagues very, very young. Like I always was the youngest girl.
How young were you when you started?
Oh God, it was like a 3rd and 4th grade league, and I was probably in 2nd grade, first grade maybe.
So he always got you started early.
Very early. But then me just having fun with it, and then when I got a little bit older, seeing my sister play and just constantly wanting to beat her in everything. And she kept raising the bar no matter what. She still is raising the bar. So once you think you accomplish something, there's another thing right in front to beat her in. So.
And what made you want to beat her? What made you want to win all the time?
Definitely my dad always trying to just get me like, up, Sam's better than you. You're not going to beat her. And I don't like losing.
So he pushes you that. So he puts it on you.
Yeah.
Like he wants to see you do it. So, I mean, it seems like the way that you play, the way that you go about it, the way that Sam goes about it, that you're playing against other teams, you're playing against competition, but it almost seems like the way that you push each other is tougher than what you see, kind of, in a way.
It really is.
Is that fair to say that you guys have that?
Definitely.
I mean, so how does that make you a better player, that you feel like maybe your best competition's at home in the backyard?
It definitely makes me, like, I see beyond the game that's right in front of me or beyond the season, because I'm looking at the way she pushed herself and where she's at now, and she can get a job and she's doing great in college. So yes, I'm focused on the season, but I'm constantly looking beyond that, if that makes sense.
And so as you go forward and as you kind of look at what you're trying to do and whatnot, you got started early on. You were an 8th grader on the varsity team. She was an 8th grader on the varsity team. What's it taught you to get? I mean, you've always been the younger person, like you said, out there. So what's that done for you? I mean, do you feel that being there earlier is better? I mean, how do you look at it?
I feel like being there earlier is definitely better for depends on the player.
Yeah.
But it definitely helped me because my team is very, very young this year, and it brought me into a leadership role very, very early on as a freshman. So that definitely it definitely makes you a better player because you had to go into that role very early on.
And being a leader as a 9th grader.
Yeah.
How strange is that for you to
it's very strange, and not a lot of people really have seen that before.
Yeah.
But it's really strange. But once the kind of shock factor got over it, and it was like, okay, you gotta get your teammates to respect you, and once you have that respect factor, then I feel like you really come together and you learn to trust each other. So that's what this season was really about.
And having that, I mean, when you come onto a team where you're a leader, but you're on the younger end, do the girls older than you, do they accept that? Does it take a long time?
It definitely, the older girls, it definitely took a little longer for them to kind of earn respect to me. And I'm sure there's some girls that still don't, and I'm okay with that. It's but I don't, especially not being a young captain and thinking you're better than other people, and really just taking the time to know each of your players definitely really helped me, because I wasn't just worried about my starting lineup. I was worried about the girls that are there every day and maybe sit the bench, but still having a relationship with them. So I think slowly building the respect of them definitely helped.
Do you feel like you have a good amount of respect as a ninth grader right now?
I think I do, yeah.
And as you move forward, I mean, this has been a trying time.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
What has that taught you? What's the adversity taught you? That, I mean, you're playing well, but as a whole, this team is trying to kind of find its place.
Yeah, it taught me that you really have to break down. You're only as good as your weakest link. So definitely getting every part of your players, the fundamentals grown and established.
Yeah.
Once you got that done, which is kind of this year, then we can move on. But we just kind of start rebuilding our foundation and getting the relationships back and fundamentals, and next year should be a lot better.
What do you think about being a North Star?
I love it. It's definitely a lot. There's always a target on your back because we are the biggest school.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people always assume that because we're the biggest school that we're always the best. So we definitely take a lot from the other teams. But I like it a lot, yeah.
So you like the target.
Definitely.
It seems like you've always, but have you, when you were 4, were you competitive? When you were like 9, were you competitive?
Yeah.
Because it seems like, from the moment that I started to, talk to you and like talk to your dad about kind of who you are and what you're about, it seems like you've always been this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Really. Yeah. Always.
Like, do you look back and say, hey, when I was born, was I heavier than Sam? Like, were you trying to beat her in everything?
I was, by the way.
Oh, you were?
I was that
so you do know that.
Yes.
So you are competitive with everything.
Yeah.
That answers my question. But, to have that, how do people kind of get on your level because of the fact that you are always demanding so much of yourself? Do you find it hard to find people that match that?
Yeah, definitely. Because I think a lot of people think, she's just good, and they think that it's easy to get there, but they don't know that the hard work that goes behind that to get to that spot. And they think that, it just happens overnight. It doesn't. It took, and learning from Sam and seeing how she got where she was, her peak, her junior and senior year. I didn't want I want my peak to be my junior and senior year, but I knew how to do what she was doing then to do it now.
Yeah.
And then, grow from there.
How do you find, you demanded of yourself. You watched Sam. She says that watching her made you better. But having that, being able to be out there and see her, getting started so early, your dad training you, you pushing yourself. How does nobody stop you? Because, there's people that can go out there and work hard, but it seems like you and Sam have moments where you're on the field and it doesn't matter who else is on the field. It doesn't matter who's trying to stop you. Yeah.
I definitely think that being on a team at such a young age on all my teams definitely helped with that. Because now I feel like I can compete with seniors and compete with those girls because I've always been playing up.
Yeah.
So it's getting easier and easier.
No. So when you you're playing as a freshman against seniors. So by the time you're a senior, your mentality is maybe like, I want to be college. I want to be D1 athletes. Yeah. So you're pushing yourself to be there.
definitely.
And you like the wolf. The wolf works.
I do.
Okay. Because that's all he writes. But I was surprised that in his phone, as I said before, it was surprising to me that it's not, my daughter, Franny, but that it just says wolf.
Yeah, it just says wolf. It really does.
Does he call you that at home? Or does he call you Fran?
Francis is his nickname for me and
Francis,
Sam. So
okay.
Sam and him call me Francis.
Okay.
But on the field, like when he's cheering for me, he'll say Francis, but Wolf, Woo, is short for wolf. So that's what he calls me on the field.
Can you hear him when you're playing?
Oh, I can hear him. He sits right at the closest you can get on the field.
Yeah, because when I went to one of Sam's games last year, I said, Sam, can you hear him? She goes, I tune him out. I can't hear it anymore.
Yeah,
she tries to block it out.
See, I was surprised because I thought my team would be like, because he missed a game, he had work, and he was like, my teammates were like, where's your dad? And I'm like, what do you mean, where's my dad? Like, he had to work. Like, why? And they're like, no, like, we feed off of him in the stands. And I was like, what? And they were like, no, like, he hypes us all up. And I'm like, really? So he
gets you going.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
When you have a game and Sam has a game,
mm-hmm.
which happens
often.
Yes. How do you work that out? And do you guys pick on him about
it? It used to definitely be when I was younger, Sam, because I wasn't on varsity yet, so obviously always Sam's games first. But now he usually comes to my games, or if he comes to my game, then my mom will go to Sam's game, so they switch on and off. But
so is there always somebody usually?
Yeah, usually, yes. Always somebody at one of our games.
At one of the games. And do you ever call him up and be like, I can't believe you missed this game. 4 goals. What are you doing? Like, do you do that?
I call him right after, always, and tell him how I played and how many points I had. But I know he wants to go to Sam's games sometimes, but it's kind of cool that no matter if her game's in North Carolina or Virginia or anywhere, one of them always makes it to their game in Long Island. Like, it doesn't matter what the drive is. They'll always be there.
So they're going down, like they go down to North Carolina.
Yeah.
In
we
Florida.
went, I think last year they went to North Carolina or 2 years ago. Yeah.
So you're in 9th grade, but you try to go on these visits and get this recruiting going quicker.
Yeah.
So do you have thoughts? Do you want to be South? They want you to be South.
My whole family wants me to be South. Yeah, definitely. I would rather be warm, yes, in a warmer place.
Yeah.
But I'm open to really whatever now. I'm still young, so I don't really know exactly what I want. Yeah, or what I want to be. So. And
the exclusive announcement is only going to come here.
Yes, definitely.
I don't care who calls. So, but who are you? Do you have dream schools? Do you have places that you just hope call?
I have a couple, yeah, but it's like ballpark right now. So Albany it would be cool to go to Albany and beat all of Sam's records there. I have thought about that. But if warmer, Florida would be a dream school.
Yeah. Gators.
Yes, definitely a dream school. But I feel like that was always planted in my head because my whole family always wanted to go there. Like kind of retire in Florida. So that was definitely a dream school.
Your dad told me a couple months ago, he said, bro, I can't do this with my body anymore. I have to move south.
He's falling apart.
I know. What's going on with Dad?
I feel like he like after workouts, it's funny now. He'll be looking at me and I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I can't keep up. And I'm like, what's the matter? You're getting old.
Yeah. So I have to do this because we talked about it. How much do you weigh? Because I want to talk about how much you weigh and how much you lift. And it's okay, because you're never supposed to ask a woman how much you weigh, because it's family, so it doesn't matter. So give me ballpark weight, ballpark what you lift, because it's insane when we watch these videos.
Before season, I hit 140.
Okay.
And it's funny because I was talking about my gym teachers and Sam about it. Most girls are like, oh my God, we're gaining weight. We're like, we cannot stay at the same weight. Like now I'm 132 in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying.
What are you lifting now?
Deadlifting, I'm 275 was my max.
It's crazy. But how, where is this coming from? because you just find, like, we see these videos of these the barbells, and we see the weights on them, and we just see like it's nothing, just picking it up and doing. I mean, and you're always in the gym.
Yeah, it is crazy, but it's more of like now if I can't make it to the gym, I'm like. I'm not in a good mood. Like I want to go to the gym. It's part of my everyday thing. And now with season, I have to modify going to the gym. Like my dad will yell at me and he'll be like, "You're overlifting. Like you can't lift before a game. You can't lift the day of a game." And I'm like all last week I couldn't lift at all because I had a game every other game or every other day. Yeah. And it's hard because that's your lifestyle.
And that's what you want to do.
Yes, all off season. And then when the season hits, you're like, oh, I can't do that.
So what is your favorite thing to do? Is it running? Is it lifting? What is it?
Not running. It's funny, you can ask Sam the same thing.
See, that's a
running is
thing.
Not, my dad's is definitely not running. I can tell you.
My sport was basketball, and and the thing is, I can shoot from anywhere on the court, but I hate to run. Yeah. Like I could shoot from half court and be comfortable. But I can't stand running. Mm-hmm. So my thing was always to just go out and play. Yeah. But then they're like, no, you got to do suicides. You got to do laps. And I'm like, I don't do it. So it makes me feel better that that future D1 and current D1 also hate running. So it is a Tortora thing.
Well, because when we're playing, we're running for a purpose. we're trying to score. And I get you're trying to get to a finish line, but we don't really just like getting up and running 5 miles.
Right. That's what I always say. Put a basketball in my hand. I'll run 3 miles and I won't know.
Yes, or a stick. It'll, cradling. Like we'll have more fun running, but still.
If you put us in the sport, we'll play it till we throw up.
Definitely.
If you put us on a track, I don't even want to run 10 steps.
Even in gym class, I'm like, really?
We had to always run a mile. We had to go around 4 times.
I'm like, no.
And I would start to go, and then you're just kind of like, this is stupid.
Yeah, like, can I cradle with my stick and run or do something?
Can you just bounce the basketball as I go? I'll stay out here all day. But because I've played basketball for 5 hours straight, but then I will not go on the track.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
Because I can't stand it. Like, and it looks so big and it looks so menacing. It just looks like a pain in the butt.
Oh, it is.
I don't like it. But when you're in a gym, it's different. Or you're on the field.
Definitely.
It feels different because you love what you're doing and you have a purpose.
Yeah, I'm trying to put the ball through the net. I'm not trying to run
Same
in
thing,
circles.
Different game. Put a ball in the net.
Right,
That's all we're trying to do.
Yes.
We're not trying to run. If we wanted to run, we'd do track and field.
That is not it. No.
So there's a lot of things we're going to talk about. One of them is that your father and I guess your mother have not cultured you enough with. Let me get the picture. Let me see if this is an adequate thing that we can put up here. So this, folks, this is. Can we show it to the world here? Can we show it to the world? This is Marvel, okay? You see how many characters are on there, Fran? You see this?
I do.
Now, wait. Now, and this doesn't even have any of the X-Men, because this is when Marvel was pissed at the X-Men. So, this is just a little bit of the characters. Can you name any of them? Wait, we gotta, let's see. Can you name any of these characters?
I can name the Hulk. Because that is actually painted in the back of my gym.
Okay.
Behind the deadlift platform, that is. So so I know that.
Okay, so you know the Hulk. What else do you know?
That's a dinosaur.
Yes, there is. Where? Yeah, there is a dinosaur.
That's a dinosaur.
That is a dinosaur.
And that's Captain America. I know that. And Iron Man.
Good job.
That's Superman.
Superman is not my.
Or Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
This is a different Spider-Man. Who's this?
I have no idea.
Ant-Man, the Wasp. Let's see. Do you know this one? Yeah, I'm going to the main ones. You know this?
Mm-mm.
Thor.
My dad really did not culture me on any of this.
Do you want to see how many? You want to see how many I can try and do?
Oh my! You probably can do all of them.
Probably. It's like Luke Cage. Okay, let's do this. Luke Cage, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Captain Marvel, Black Bolt, Black Panther, Lockjaw, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Red Skull, Quake, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, Thor, Ant-Man, Wasp, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Hawkeye, Ultimate Spider-Man, Winter Soldier, and on and on. So yeah, I can handle it a little bit.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Moon Knight. I go some obscure ones. Ghost Rider, Venom. Who else? Red Hulk, Vision.
That
Loki,
is crazy.
Nova, War Machine.
Wow.
MODOK.
Yeah, I know nothing.
Medusa. Yeah, I got a lot of them on there. So you haven't seen any of the movies. You've seen 0%.
0
of over 20 movies.
Yeah.
Which one did I tell you? So we're gonna see if you remember. We talked, I think, 2 days ago. Which one did I tell you I was like because of dating? Because you and I, this is the thing. So I'm 33, and Fran is 15.
Yes.
Yet we think of dating and we think of people the same way. So high five. Okay, this is a millennial who gets life. Okay, so when you say that there are none, there's one right here. So 33, 15, 18 years of difference. Mm-hmm. I told you I was a man out of time, like I had crashed a plane and was frozen and woke up. Who was that?
Captain America.
It was Captain America.
But I thought, because when you told me that he was frozen, I thought it was somebody that was like
frozen.
Yeah.
You thought
that would make sense to me.
That how he died should be his name.
Yeah, if he was like, blue and like frozen, had icicles hanging off of him, like that's what I picture.
There's a character, he's not on this one because it's Marvel, but it's X-Men. There is Iceman. Yeah. And he does have icicles.
See, I would feel like.
Yeah, and he's made completely of ice and he grows and all that good stuff.
Right, yes. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But Captain America, man out of time. Yeah. So Fran and I are going to talk, we're going to give you a relationship advice. So, Fran, please tell everybody the story that you told me because I've told it to plenty of people since you said it, which is your friends being proud of you for your ability to order a pizza on the phone. Oh my God,
yes. Wow. I had all my friends over and, we wanted food and I picked up the phone and they threw the phone at me and I was like, what okay. So I ordered and they were so starstruck at you could talk to adults and you could order pizza and you could give them the credit card number and you could tell them that you didn't want to pay cash. you could.
If you put them outside on their front porch, would they die?
I think so. I was so confused and I had to grow up so fast and my parents just taught me. I thought it was normal, just taught how to be a human being and interact with other human beings.
I don't understand why they're proud of you. For your ability to order a cheese pizza and wings. Yeah, and taking them,
us all going to the fair and accidentally bumping into somebody being like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. And they put their heads down and walk the other way.
Because they can't talk.
Yes, and I'm like, sorry for them. I feel like a mother.
Why can they not? Is it the phone is it this?
I think it definitely is.
Is it just this?
It is.
Is it this all the time? Because you can't.
Yeah.
Because there's no interaction. This is very informal. There's no connection.
Yeah, and I feel like my parents think I'm bad with my phone, and I'm like, you have no idea. You have no idea other, people. At a basketball game in the student section, everyone's like this in their phone.
Right.
But and I'm like, can't you just watch the game? Yeah. I don't get it.
They'll look up for a minute and be like, oh, it's the same thing. They're still bouncing the ball.
Yeah, the score. Oh, we're off by 2 now. Wow. And then they watch the last minute of the game and they're like, oh, it was a great game.
They want to see the end.
Yes.
That's it. But I don't get, listen, I'm on the internet, so I use the internet radio, internet TV, internet newspaper. I use the internet to my advantage. Mm-hmm. But this is a misconception of some stuff. I love when we're done with this, and I could shut this off, and I can go take a walk. Yeah. Or I could talk to God for a minute. I could go to church. We could talk about something. We could look at each other and have a conversation without a phone or any type of notes. Yeah. So I don't get. First of all, shout out to your mom and dad because they've raised you and Sam right.
Yeah, definitely.
But you got to feel like a fish out of water too, like I do. Yeah. To be 15 years old and
I feel like I was acting
born, you're 40.
I feel like I was born in the wrong time. Yeah. I was. I
never thought we'd come to a day where people would be proud of someone ordering pizza.
Yeah.
It scares me.
Yeah. No, definitely. And my dad, I feel like just from my parent, my dad knowing a lot of people and him, being like, hi, this is my daughter, and, going to the fair and meeting 10 new people I've never met before. Yeah. And me having to say, my dad talking to somebody else and I have to have a conversation with them, even as a very, very young. So I feel like that, really
where your
helped.
Friends would be like that.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, it's okay. But yeah.
But I don't get it. But I guess, I mean, you grew up in an era where, you know, there were always cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
There was social media. There's Facebook. There's
Mm-hmm.
Twitter. There's Instagram. There's dating apps where you can choose who you want, like a grocery store.
Yes.
Like, it's
insane.
Does it make you feel, I mean, like, obviously you utilize some of the stuff and whatever. I mean, you go on social media and you post whatever.
Yeah.
But do you feel like, because you feel, I always felt like an older soul, and you do too. Do you feel out of place that people choose their dates like they choose their groceries? Does that feel weird?
Yes.
That Domino's has an app and so do people?
Yes, no, it's definitely weird. I don't like it. I feel like if I grew up when my parents grew up, I feel like I would have a lot more fun.
Like you had to, like, if you saw someone in a store, you didn't know if you were ever going to see them again, and you couldn't call them because there's no cell phone, so you had to call their house, but then there's no answering machine. So, but you had to get their number. So literally you had to say hello, and you had to talk to the stranger, get their name, hope that they would call you from the house phone, or you'd never see them again.
Right.
That's crazy. Now you can, like, get someone's number, and if they don't answer, you could be like, well, why were you on Facebook? Like, it's very creepy.
Yes,
now.
It's weird. I definitely don't like people knowing
where
everything
you are
I do. Yes.
Doing.
And it's also like, I've had my friends text me, oh, you lost our Snapchat streak. I'm like,
who cares?
Sorry. Like, I don't sit on my phone 24/7. I won't, text you back for a couple days. I don't.
And there's this going on because you said you do not use your phone sometimes for a day.
Yeah. Well,
or most of the day.
I may not text people back for a day.
For a day.
Yeah.
You just let it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'll be on my phone. I'll be,
doing your stuff.
But I won't.
You're going to let it be what it is.
I won't text somebody back within 4 seconds. Yeah, definitely.
So you leave it well. I mean, and is that a decision of, I want them to have to wait? Or is it like, I don't care?
It's really an I don't care. Like, I have better things to do. I don't. If I get a picture of a black screen on Snapchat, I'm not texting you back. Like, I don't know.
It sends you pictures of black screen?
Well, yeah, like it'll literally be a black screen and it'll be like streaks. Like, I want to have a conversation.
I don't get.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm good.
So, what social media do you like?
I like a new app just came out. It was Visco.
Visco.
Yes, and it's more for younger people.
Okay.
I like it because you can't like a picture. So you don't have the people worrying about, oh, like, I only got this amount of likes, I only got this amount of comments. It's literally just people watching. And if you like something, you can republish it and it'll show up on your feed. I just think that's cool because you're not worried about how many people are liking, or it's just your own thing.
People worry about that?
Some people really do. They really care.
Like, oh my God, I got 13 likes.
Yes, no, they do. But I just like that because it's more of like it's not as toxic, I guess, and contaminated as Instagram and Facebook and how many likes about all that.
Well, that's the thing is it's, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, I use it to put my information out. But I don't get caught up in numbers. Like, if I sit down with a business and they go, well, how many people like the page? Well, how many times, what's your bounce rate? I'm like,
right.
It's out there. What I take as something real is when I put my work out there and then I go into some random store and somebody goes, are you Dan?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, okay. But it's called shaking hands and kissing babies. Like, you have to go out there and say hello.
Yeah, exactly.
It all comes down to, if you're a person in this world that has the confidence and the wherewithal and the common sense to talk to a human to their face, you're going to get a lot farther.
Yeah, no, you will. You will.
So the next president of the United States will be Fran. What do you think about that? Would you do it? I don't know if you'd want to do it.
Oh, no, absolutely
you wouldn't want to do it,
not.
right?
No.
Maybe back in the day it would have been fun. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, no.
It's too much. You'd have to run a Twitter account, too.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to do that. I use Twitter for only for the company.
I don't even have Twitter.
I wouldn't if I didn't have a company, I would never have used it ever.
My friend, one of my best friends, made me a Twitter, and it's on my phone, and I've never opened it up once. Yeah. I feel like it's so much for people to go back and forth, and I don't like that.
I literally put on like read this, watch this, listen to this.
Yeah, it's a promoting thing. Yeah,
right. But the whole like, I hate you. This is why.
Yeah, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like it's no.
And it's supposed to bring people. Social media was always supposed to bring people together.
Yeah.
And it ends up bringing people apart, which makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought it was so cool when I was growing up as a kid. I couldn't like talk to my favorite actor or my favorite athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can literally send them a message and be like, "Oh my God, you're my favorite player ever,"
Yeah.
and they could say, "Cool, man.
Yeah.
See you at the game."
And maybe they may like be they won't respond to everything, but they read them.
Right.
And it is a way of they can't respond to every 4,000 DMs they get or 10,000.
Like when I say LeBron just retired because nobody wants to watch you play anymore. Right.
Right. And I'm sure
I don't say that to LeBron. I'm kidding.
But yeah, and it definitely, I felt like it was supposed to be a good thing, but I feel like it definitely reversed. And
it went the other way
anymore. Yeah.
You know, it was never supposed to be a good thing, but it's addicting is the Jersey Shore. And we have to talk about the Jersey Shore because I don't watch a lot of television and you don't watch a lot of television.
No, I don't.
But we both watch the Jersey Shore.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad watches the Jersey Shore.
He used to, yeah.
He used to, and Sam.
Yes.
So, have you seen all of the Jersey Shore?
I have seen all of the Jersey Shore.
From the beginning.
I have.
When, like, snow. Oh, God.
Yes.
So, who was your least favorite?
Oh, wow.
We got to include it. So, let me see if I can do this. You can fact check me.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Angelina.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's my least favorite. There you go.
Okay. Sammy, Angelina, JWoww, Snooki.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is give me a hint.
One more girl.
Does it start with a D?
Yep, Dina.
It does. Dina. So Dina, okay. And then there's Ron.
Mm-hmm.
Ron. There's Ron. There's Ron. There's Paulie.
Yep.
Paulie D. Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's
so
it.
I got them all.
Yeah.
So least favorite is Angelina?
Yes.
Why?
She was just there for like a minute.
She
was there for
what did I call her? A dirty little hamster?
Dirty little hamster, yes. She was there for one season and then she was gone.
And then they brought her back for a little.
Yep.
And then did you watch the new ones?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Did you like them?
Yes. I like them. I thought
I watched season 1 of the new, but not the second.
See, I watch like on YouTube the like highlights. So if something happens, then I watch like the important parts. But I haven't sat down and watched
the whole thing.
Yes. No, I haven't.
So your least favorite girl is Angelina.
Yes.
Who's your most favorite girl? Don't say Snooki.
JWoww.
Okay, I can respect that. Who is the least favorite boy on the show?
Least favorite
dude.
Old Mike.
Old Mike,
not new Mike.
Yeah, new Mike is better.
Yes, he really is.
He's better.
Yes.
Who is most favorite guy on the show?
Oh. Paulie's just funny.
Yeah,
he really brought the like entertainment factor, I guess.
You realize if you watch the show enough that he actually creates most of the problems.
No. Oh.
Or like he like pushes them. No, I shouldn't say he creates most of the problems. Once the problem starts, he subtly, quietly, without yelling, wants you to keep fighting because he wants to watch you fight.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, he is. He's very funny though. I think that most of the time of me dying laughing watching videos was of Paulie's pranks, him and Vinny's pranks, or.
See, the thing is, I do this. Like, I'll do the Paulie stuff. Like, I'll do little lines that nobody gets. So you would actually get it. Like, I'll walk into a room and I go.
Yes,
but then
no, it is. It's funny
because he'll and again he won't be fighting, but he'll push the fight to continue, and then he'll just be sitting there on a couch and he'll
with popcorn with Vinny just watching.
And he'll just be watching them be like this.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then you'll see it, and then you'll see like 15 minutes in, maybe Snooki is gonna be okay with Dina. Maybe they're gonna stop fighting, and then he'll go. And it keeps going.
Yep, it keeps going. It does.
I don't know if I like Vinny anymore though.
I liked old Vinny. I don't like new Vinny.
No, new Vinny's kind of. That's how I feel. But then new Mike's okay.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite when they went to Italy? I want to just make a statement. I
know my favorite part already.
Go ahead, and then I'll say
this was in Italy. It was.
It was in Italy?
When Ron picked up Mike over his head and Mike knocked himself out on the concrete wall.
Yeah.
The funniest. My dad still talked, like, he picked him up over his head like a month. Like, it was so funny. Like, I remember me, my dad, and my sister sitting on the couch watching this, and we were dying laughing. Like, it was like he knocked himself out.
And then I think Paulie said, he goes, yo, did y'all just see where Mike just knocked himself out?
Yeah, like he was like
beat himself up.
Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, Ron didn't really knock him out. No,
Ron didn't.
Mike
did. Mike knocked himself out.
Yeah.
From the fight,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up having to go to the hospital.
Yep. Because
he knocked himself out. He's an idiot.
He's an idiot.
But then,
old Mike was an idiot.
Snooki's always an idiot.
She's just a unique.
She's always an idiot.
She's just Snooki.
She looks like a troll that would guard a bridge. I mean, she's a scary.
Yes.
She's a very scary. Like, I mean, she's got the shorts on. She looks homeless. Like, she just woke up, and then she's got like the furry boots, the white boots on, and the sunglasses. She's always loud. She's drunk at 9 a.m.
Yep.
She's just not.
She's all Botoxed up now.
She's all types of like.
Yep.
She just looks she can't like smile or anything. JWoww too, though.
Yeah.
JWoww lost a lot of her face.
But I think JWoww's badass. That's why she was my favorite. Yeah.
She did. She looks different.
Yeah, she does. But
Snooki is.
But they're them. They haven't changed, so I got to give them that, I guess.
Snooki is definitely. I think one of my favorites was when she was looking for the beach when she was on the beach and she got arrested. And she fell into the sand. That was probably one of my favorites. She's like, "Where's the beach?" And she fell. That was one of my favorites.
And then she got escorted off. Yeah.
Dina getting arrested and her mom coming.
That was fun.
That was good. And then Ron breaking all of Sammy's stuff, and it looked like there was like little toy cars. He broke this stuff into tiny pieces through the mattress.
The bed frame was out.
Yeah. And see, every man's had a point in their life where you want to put the mattress outside. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I don't like Ron, but that moment I was like, oh, Ron, what a great move to make her sleep outside on the deck.
Finally. And it was, she always had obviously so much mascara, so much eyeliner, so much, and it always was just dripping down her face.
She was like, always mad.
Yeah. Like she
and
was.
Ron, listen, Ron. And she would just do it for like 15 minutes and she wouldn't stop.
And like the roommates were at the point they're fighting again. Everyone go.
And they hated each other.
Yeah.
They would make up, then she would make him jealous, he would make her jealous.
Oh my God, and the note.
Oh, the note.
And she'd be like, who wrote the note? Like,
yeah. You just did that. Who wrote the note?
Who wrote the note? And everything.
All right, guys, come on. Like, I just couldn't deal, and them being in the room together, and it just, then there was a time that Paulie almost ended up with JWoww in the beginning.
I was always team JWoww and
Paulie. Yeah.
And then Vinny and Snooki.
Ugh.
I was always those, those
Vinny, but that's the thing about Vinny. He seems like a nice guy, but he's gross. Mm-hmm. Like, he's gross now.
Mm-hmm. I liked him when his mom came and made all the Sunday dinners.
Yeah. And Ron is just always gross.
Yeah.
He's just always been Ron.
He's still a mess.
He's a mess, right?
He's still a mess, yes.
Because he's got the baby mama trying to beat him up and stuff.
Yes, it's like nothing's ever changed.
No, it's just Ron forever, and he still misses Sam.
And he acts like a teenage boy.
Yeah, and he's
grown up.
And you're on camera. You've been on camera for like a decade, mm-hmm. and you're still going to the club mm-hmm. and still trying to bring other people back to your house, yes. Right? I think maybe your dad let you and Sam watch it to tell you everything not to do in life ever.
Don't do any of this.
Do nothing of the Jersey Shore.
Besides GTL.
Gym Tan Laundry. Yeah. Gym Tan Laundry all the time. You got to do that, at least. But I like Gym Tan in the Sun Laundry, not fake tan.
Yeah.
I mean,
we do live in Syracuse, though.
Yeah, I know. So Sam, we know you said Sam goes out and fake tans.
Yeah, definitely.
Does she fake tan more than you?
Yes.
She does?
Yes.
How often do you go?
I don't go because I'm not old enough to be in a tanning bed.
Oh, okay. So you can't go at all?
Yes. So, like, before New Year's, I'll go get a spray tan.
So how often does Sam go?
Oh, she definitely sits in a tanning bed at least once a week. With all of her friends.
Because she's always dark.
Oh, yeah, always. And she's outside. So you would think when the sun comes out, she would stop going.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's what I tell
You
people
just
all the
work
time,
it
like,
in with.
You lay in the sun, and then they want to go to the tanning bed after they lay in the sun for 5 hours, and then they want to go spray tan.
Yeah.
And they go back.
Midsummer she won't, but like now.
She'll go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we had like a 6-month summer, or a 6-month winter, I should say. So that makes sense. But I will say, coming off of the Jersey Shore, that you see there's an olive complexion. There's not a complete white to Fran. You saw Sam before tan, and you see that this is not completely white as well.
See, I'm very pale right now. This is like really pale.
We consider ourselves pale, but we have brown color.
Yeah.
There's no real Italian who's orange, ever. So the Jersey Shore, there's not.
They're all fake Italian. Snooki's not Italian.
Snooki's not Italian. But they're not, like, Paulie looks like, okay, he's got olive skin.
I mean, he got an Italian flag tattooed on his back, so I hope he's Italian.
Yeah, he will. Hopefully.
But Vinny's Italian, but he's very pale.
He's pale. Like, he's a northern Italian.
I don't think Ron is, and I don't think Jay is.
Yeah,
and I don't think Sam is either. Or Angelina. I really don't think any of them are Italian.
But you shouldn't be, but I mean, it's just, you can't be orange.
Yeah, they lived a fake Italian lifestyle.
That's a new, I was like, we don't go tanning like that.
No.
We tan by the sun.
Yeah.
And we're olive.
Right.
And all of us, if we lived in a place where it was warm and the sun beat down on us, we would be almost black because that's our family. Yeah. We get dark.
Like when we go to Wildwood, when we come back, we're like 4 shades darker.
Like when I go down to Florida, I literally look like I'm from some part of Africa.
Yeah.
Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. But I think people get mad at that. People hate when you can tan. We talked about that.
They do get mad.
That people that can't tan are usually the angrier people.
They are.
The people that are the color of your shirt are technically usually more angry.
They're very angry. They're just angry at the world.
All the time, right?
Yes.
And if you add freckles, it's worse.
It is.
It is.
See, I get freckles when I tan, and they get darker.
Yeah, but then they
get mad.
They get mad at that because your freckles get darker.
They're very mad.
But if you're not like white and you burn, and then you got orange.
And I kind of feel bad though.
Why?
They're white 24/7.
I know, but
like white.
Could we color them? We can like spray them.
Yeah, but if you're that pale and you get a spray tan, you turn orange because there's no like underlying. At least a little bit of tan.
Because you're white, then red, then white.
Yeah, you're either white or you're orange. There's no in between.
Right.
I feel bad.
I'm just happy that we're not orange.
I'm very happy.
And it's nothing against people. Just don't be so angry.
Yeah, really.
About life.
Make it a joke. That's what I would say.
Yeah, like make a joke out of it. Be like, I'm transparent. You can see my work. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But don't get mad at people that can tan. I mean, I like
when we go to the beach, don't start being like, don't be mad that you have to lather up with sunscreen and have a layer on and I don't.
Right.
It's
you have
not
to enjoy.
fault.
Like if I use 4, 15, or 30, or 6, anything, I'm going to tan the same.
Don't be mad I'm putting coconut oil
Yeah, don't be mad
and you're putting 80%, 80 SPF.
Yeah, I'm spraying myself with literally like grill mates so that I can get ready for today.
Yes.
That's how it's got to be though. So, but Jersey Shore, it's fake because there's no orange Italians. There's none in our family.
No.
I think it's a New Jersey thing.
It definitely is a New Jersey thing.
It is, right?
In Florida, you kind of get that orange tint sometimes, but that's not from spray tan. That's just
some people.
Yeah. Like some people come up from Florida over just like winter break, and I'm like, oh, you went to Florida.
Yeah, you can see the orange.
Yes, you can see the orange tint, and it's not their fault, but
no.
you're still.
But olive is it's a good color.
Yes,
I feel very thankful to God, and I just really want people to not be so mad about their life.
Yeah.
What other TV shows besides Jersey Shore?
Oh God.
We know nothing comic book related.
No, nothing comic book related.
I'm gonna talk to your dad about this.
Movies? I don't really watch a lot of TV. I do like cop shows like Blue Bloods. Okay. And my dad just got me hooked on Chicago something. Like Blue Bloods, but Chicago PD. Yes, he really likes that. Okay. But I like cop shows. But movies, it always was boxing movies. Like my 2 favorite movies are Creed 2 and Southpaw are my 2 favorite movies. Yeah. Like
Creed 2 though.
Yes. I loved Creed 1, but Creed 2 just took it. And Southpaw was my original favorite. So definitely those.
Is that the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I think so. One with his daughter and the mom died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That was my favorite.
I haven't seen Creed 2. I've seen Creed. I haven't seen Creed 2.
Oh my God.
So that's one to watch.
Me and my dad cried through the whole thing in the movie theater. It was so sad.
I do like the fact that your dad being this like big, like this. If nobody knows what Derek looks like, my cousin and her dad, he's this guy. He's the Hulk in the middle. But I like the fact that he shows emotion.
Yeah.
You know, because I always said, like, real men show emotion. Mm-hmm. So he does, though. He gets really emotional. Yeah. He loves, you know, your great-grandma, and I mean, Grandma and Grandpa, he talks about them all the time. Mm-hmm. He's got the rosary in the car, says a prayer before your games. We prayed in the car, like, on the way to a game. Yeah. He's got Mary tattooed on him for his mother. He's He's got all that. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of love, and he shows emotion. Yeah. Does he cry? So, does he cry outside? When... How do I ask this? When has he cried around you? Oh, all the time. Okay. All the time. Really? Okay. After a game or after a tournament or even after the gym, like if I just hit a new record, even at the gym. He'll cry. Yeah, like he won't cry for long. Yeah. But he'll choke up. Yeah. Just because, you know, me and Sam are always God, and when we do good, it makes him very, very happy. And, he cries about it. I'll call him after a game and be like this past, was it my Tuesday game? Yes, Tuesday. I played Liverpool at 9 points, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. And he wasn't there, and because he had work, and he was, and it just it fuels me, because it's like, it makes him so happy and so proud. And he puts everything into training me and everything into making me into a better player and a better person. And he's probably choking up right now. He's actually sent me messages before. He sent me one listening to an interview that I did with Sam, and he said something like, bro, you got me, and he had tears and stuff. Mm-hmm. So he's like, yep, no, I cried. He's riding his motorcycle right now, so he might watch it. Yeah, later. Nice. Yeah, he'll watch it after, but that's why I'm surprised he doesn't know Punisher, Ghost Rider. Because it's like we're talking about motorcycles and stuff. He should know these. I described them to him. He should. But he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Batman, Superman. Did you watch any of that growing up? Mm-hmm. Cartoons, anything? The only little kids movies I really watched were Smurfs and Scooby-Doo. Like, I've watched every episode of Scooby-Doo. Of the cartoon back in the day. Yes. Like, I loved Scooby-Doo so much. Do you still love Scooby-Doo? Oh, I still watch Scooby-Doo. Who's the favorite? Who's your favorite? Scooby. It's gotta be Scooby. He makes it. He makes the show. Yes. And then, what is it, Scrappy? The little one. Yes. Love Scrappy. I didn't like the non-cartoon ones. They were just creepy to me. The real movies, life. Yeah. I didn't like those. They just weren't good. I can't watch those. That makes me. I was like, no one's gonna watch that. So, Daryl, Free Fran, and Sammy too. So he's our biggest supporter. See, that's the thing too. So Sammy, they say Sammi. Everyone spells their names different because we have so many nicknames, so many different spellings of everything. So it's Sami. Yeah. And Franny. Yeah. Okay. But then my dad spells it Frannie. Right. Or Franie. He spells it different every time he talks to me. He does. Because he puts all of the emojis on there. And he puts all the numbers. And you just see number 21, Fran Wolf, Franny, great game, did good, lacrosse stick, heart, lacrosse. Yes. And you see all that stuff. Yeah. But I mean, he's proud. He is. What's it like to have a dad like him? Because, I mean, like you said, you're all he's got, but, I mean, he loves you guys to the moon and back. I mean, there's a lot of love there. It definitely just makes me want, so, when I fail, it's not just me having a bad game. It's like, oh my God, I let him down. Because he put in so much time and so much energy into preparing me for these games. And then now when I fail, I'm like, damn, I got to get back for him too. So he's definitely a big reason why I play. And of course I play for myself, but it's also, to make him proud. And I definitely could not have done it without him. There's no way. What can you say, I mean, for you and Sam with your dad to know that, he didn't have the perfect life growing up. Yeah. He went through a lot, and he said, I do everything for these girls. They mean everything to me. He said, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect dad, but I do everything that I can. I mean, are you proud of your dad? Oh, beyond proud. And I feel like that's why me and Sam both had to grow up so fast. And he, just knowing what he
went through growing up, and we went through a lot, but I feel like either when that happens to a family, like it either pushes them away from each other or makes them very, very close. And he's my best friend. It makes us so, so, so close. So.
And what can you say? I mean, your mom's in your life, your dad's in your life. How does it all just kind of come together? Because it seems like you've all found a way to make it work.
It's like a dysfunctional, crazy, psychotic family that, I mean, we're crazy. We all hate each other sometimes, but the one thing you can say, we always have each other's back.
Yeah.
Always. No matter if two people in my family hate each other, if something's going, they're there in 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, if something's going on with my mom, my dad has her back in no time. Yeah.
And I saw when you got the newest dog, was it last year?
Yes.
And which one was that? Was that Balboa?
Yes, Balboa.
So when you got Balboa, when he was this big, and which he's not anymore.
Oh no, he's the biggest now.
But when you got Balboa, there was that your mom would watch him, and then if your dad was going to a game, and then he would take. And he told me you had the dog for what 2 weeks or something, and he had ripped open something, he jumped off of something.
God, I don't even know. I went to pick him up one day. He had literally a hole in his throat, and we had to go get him stitches. And I'm like, well, your name fits you, Balboa.
Yeah,
definitely. It was a little rocky.
And I actually said to your dad that to get to, I'm not going to give it away because I don't want people coming to my house. But there's a street in Liverpool called Balboa, which I don't live on. but I always I said that to your dad. I was like, do you know where Balboa is? And so, because I had never lived in Liverpool, and then to be in the community and to be in the area, and I saw that, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, that makes a lot of sense. And all I have to tell your dad is that there's a Balboa Street.
Yeah, it's a coincidence.
And then he gets it. Yeah. So before we wrap up, because obviously, I mean, this has been fun, and I hope we get to do this again.
Yeah.
What can you say? I mean, for me, because you and I, we didn't get to grow up together, and I really didn't see. I saw you guys when you were little at a family Christmas party. Right. And then I couldn't go to a lot of the Christmas parties if I was at school or what I was doing. So I couldn't go to a lot of stuff. And then Sam, I think when my grandma Tortora died, Sam came after a game or a practice something. Yeah. I remember she came in and she had the jersey on and everything. She came with your dad. And I saw her and I just thought to myself, these girls are getting older. Right. And I never get to see them. Yeah. And so I have to make that effort. And your dad and I talk about all the time that family is not blood. Family is what you make it. Yeah. So I got to see Sam, spend some time around Sam. And then we got to talk. And we, got to talk really this past couple days and have a genuine conversation. Yeah. Now we're sitting here. So what can you say about that? Because, I mean, I value you and Sam. But to me, I think we got to make it what we want to make it now. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I feel like, wow, that was a good question. But I feel like family is definitely something that it means a lot to me. Yeah. And just making the effort with each other. Like I said, us having that conversation made me feel like we know each other for way longer than we really did. Well, then I've known you and been closer to you way longer than me. So, and the cool thing about it is when your dad called last year after Sam's game, he said, "Hey, Fran, your favorite cousin's on the phone." And we had talked once, and you're like, "Hi," and I was like, "Yes." But I will say that one of my proudest moments was when I did the CNY Pop Festival, and your dad did security for me. And so when it ended, he was walking toward me, and he was coming at me like there was an issue or something. We were cleaning up. We were wrapping everything up. It was the first year. It was a ton of work. I remember. And he's walking toward me, and I was kind of feeling down because I put so much work into it. Right. But you don't always get everything you want to learn. And so he's walking toward me, and he said, "And I can't see you." Right. I couldn't see you behind him. And he makes a better door than he does a window. So he's walking like this, and then he goes, "Somebody wants to talk to you," and he just and he veers off, and you were standing there, and you gave me a big hug, and you were just like, "I wanted to come say hi." But it's like that to me, those are the moments where that's what you build your family off of, because you showed up just to support it for a couple minutes, but it goes a long way.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like our family and how he grew up and everything we've been through, like none of us had a perfect childhood.
Yeah.
We didn't. So when we're doing good and you see Sam doing good and you doing good and I'm going on the right path, it means so much because me and Sam could be the first ones to actually work without having to work 3 jobs, like my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
And we have the first one to actually break, that chain and have like Sam could be a trooper and not have any student loans. Like that's insane to me. And like, I feel like that's what makes him so proud is because, and he see you doing your thing and it's really, really cool.
And the thing is, the first Division I athlete from our family and the second Division I athlete from our family, which is, pretty tremendous. But I think that and that's what I talked to him about is for me, I'm like, I had family that like, cause there's a big family and so you kind of are around the people that your parents or your family like wants you to be around and you grow up around them, but they're not necessarily family. They're not necessarily there for you as you get older.
Yeah.
So I look at stuff now and it's like who I had Thanksgiving with, that's me, my mom, and my dad now. Like none of them are here. So I look at my life and I'm like, and I've said it before, I'm like, why can't Derek sit there? Why can't Fran sit there? Why can't Sammy sit there? So to me, I feel like, and I know I'm saying this to you for the first time, but I've talked to Derek about it. I was like, I look at my family as the people that I am proud of and can sit with and just joke with and have a good time with. So even though we all carry the same last name,
right, you got to make that effort to
really because the family's all over the place. Yeah. But I'm only concerned with people that want to be there.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm like, why can't we make this where And
I feel like Grandma was definitely a big glue that held everybody together.
Yeah, my grandparents too.
Yeah. So when she passed, it kind of it grew us apart a little bit, but I never got to meet, well, I met her, but I was very young. I was like 1 when she passed away. Yeah. And it's cool because like I talk about my grandma to my friends or other people and they're like, how did you, but you didn't know her. Like you weren't, you never like actually like had a conversation with her. And I'm like, everything that my dad does, whether it's cooking or this and that, like it came through her.
Yeah.
So it's like her traditions are still getting passed down, which is really cool. And I never met her, but I still feel like I'm connected with her in some way.
Well, it's like my dad's mom.
Yeah.
I started making rigot pie. and then I tried it and my taste bud remembered that's what it tastes like when my grandma made it. So I make it for her, but now like I get to pass that on. And I get to, my dad made calamari and he put it in like the buttered noodles and stuff and she always did that. So there's all this stuff that we do now that is bringing her back. Yeah, my other grandma coming back, and all that stuff. So I think to me, family is what you make it. Yeah. And whether, we were connected in the world of sports or not, I look forward to, when we can talk about hanging out and maybe going to Wildwood and seeing the Jersey Shore people and saying, this is what you're supposed to look like.
We went to Wildwood
I went one time my whole life.
So when I was younger and Sam was younger, they used to go every year. Yeah. Then we stopped and we just started back up. We didn't go this past year, but the past 2 years before that, we went and I like it. I do like it.
It is not like
Sam wanted to go to Seaside. And I was like, my dad shut that down really quick. But Wildwood's it's pretty there. I like
There's dolphins.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen more dolphins at Wildwood than I've seen in Florida.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Doesn't make sense.
I was like, why are they here?
It's pretty there, though.
I got to do, like, the bungee cord stuff. I did all types of crazy stuff at Wildwood, yeah.
That's cool.
I did the thing where, like, you have to sign the waiver, and they drop you on the bungee, and you feel like you're flying. I was on a bungee cord.
Crazy.
I was on the slingshot thing. I was on these like things that rock back and forth that they go really, really high. Like it's called like not the crazy pass, but it's like the insane pass or the exhilaration pass. Yeah. And you pay a certain price and you go on all these things that could kill you.
But it's funny because my whole side, Sam, me and my dad, we love roller coasters and all that stuff. Like he did the slingshot thing when you're in the ball with Sam at the fair. They did it together. Like,
I don't know at the fair. It's the fair. I feel like they would kind of. let you off and forget that they had to attach
Yeah.
it or something like that. No, but roller coasters,
Yeah.
and that's the thing too. I didn't like them. I threw up on one when I was 5, and then at 10 years old, my best friend got me on one. I go on every one now.
Yeah, I love them. We went to Cedar Point with my mom, and we went on everything.
You got to do it. Disney, Busch Gardens.
I've never been to Florida. Okay. Never been to Disney.
Well, that's going to be my thing. Hey, Derek, guess what?
Yeah, you need to yell at him for that.
Yeah, Derek, we are going, Fran, Sam, because if you're going to Disney for the first time, tour guide. Yeah. That's just how it is. When it comes to Disney, it goes through me. I worked at Disney for 6 years. So,
no way.
Yeah.
And I've never been. I've never even been to Florida. Sam went to Cape Canaveral for like a senior year with her friends for a trip.
That counts, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
We got to go to Orlando.
Right.
So we're going to make it happen. But proud to have family here on the show. And Fran, thank you for doing this.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
There's going to be sports, life, and a whole lot of other things. If you've learned anything from today's show, study your Marvel, be good to your parents, learn how to talk to people face to face, watch the Jersey Shore, and make sure that you take care of family.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fran.
Definitely. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon.